What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here to this channel, what's up? My name is Ryan Padilla, and today I want to talk about the one classic DreamWorks animated film that we all like as kids. And today's movie I'm going to talk about is Over the Hedge. Yep, Over the Hedge is the one classic DreamWorks animated film that we all like to watch as kids, and plus, it's still a classic movie to all of us to this day. So today, I thought about talking about why Over the Hedge is a great movie. So let's get started on talking about it, right, guys? Alright, so here we go. The reason why Over the Hedge is a classic DreamWorks movie is because it's a funny, hilarious, and a great animated film that we all like to watch, because it's funny about how this movie is set with animals, talking animals, you know. RJ the raccoon, he wants to have food, you know, but he sees a wagon full of food inside the mountains caved by a bear, you know, named Vincent. RJ gets all of the food on the wagon and tries to take the food away from the bear, who wakes up and tells him, "Don't even think about it." And RJ accidentally pushes the wagon full of food out in the streets, and he's like, "No, no, no, no." Whew. It's a close one. But the car accidentally destroys the wagon full of food, you know, on the street. And the bear is not happy, you know. And he warns RJ to get all of his food back, or else he's gonna kill him. So RJ meets Vern, Stella, Hammy, and every other animals behind the hedge, you know, by a community in El Rancho Camelot Estates, you know, in the neighborhood, where all humans live in great houses and, you know, everything, you know. Vern, Hammy, Stella, and everybody were like, they want food as well, human food like chips, pizza, birthday cake, hot dogs, hamburger, chips, and, you know, everything, ice cream, and, you know, everything. So, yep, Over the Hedge is a great movie for all of us to watch, you know. And plus, this movie is based on the comic strip of the same name by authors Michael Fry and T. Lewis. The actors part of the voice cast in this film is Bruce Willis, Jerry Shandling, Allison Janney, Steve Carell, Thomas Hayden Church, Wanda Sykes, William Shatner, Avril Lavigne, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Nick Notes, Ahmed Djalili, Shane Bummel, Sammy Kirkpatrick, Madison Dave Port, Brian Stepnick, and everybody part of the cast. Let's talk about the actors who were originally going to voice RJ and Vern in the film during production. Originally, Bill Murray and Harold Ramis, the actors we all know from the Ghostbusters franchise, were originally in consideration for the voice roles of RJ the raccoon and Vern the turtle in the film, respectively. But this kind of never happened. In 2002, Jim Carrey was announced as the voice of RJ the raccoon in the film, along with Jerry Shandling cast as the voice of Vern the turtle in the film. However, by October 2004, Jim Carrey dropped out of this film, and he was replaced by Bruce Willis, we all know today. Actor Gene Wilder, who we all know him for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Young Frankenstein, or other movies we all know him for, he was offered a role in the film named Norbert, the owl in the film. But he turned it down, and the owl character was scrapped from the movie. Let's get back to the actors on this movie, but let's talk about the main actors in this film playing the voices of the animals. Bruce Willis was cast as the main character in the film, RJ, an intelligent raccoon in the film. Jerry Shandling was cast as the voice of Vern, the turtle in the film. Steve Carell was cast as the voice of Hammy, a happy-go-lucky red squirrel in the film, who is always hyperactive, speed, you know, always a red squirrel in the film. Wanda Sykes was cast as the voice of Stella, the skunk in the film, who is always sassy and, you know, everything. William Shatner was cast as the voice of Ozzy, a possum in the film, while actress Avril Lavigne was cast as the voice of Heather, Ozzy's daughter in the film. Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara were cast as Penny and Lou, the porcupine couple in the film, who have kids. Nick Notes was cast as the voice of Vincent, the black bear in the film, who is the antagonist in this movie. Omid Djalili was cast as the voice of Tiger, the Persian white cat in this film, who falls in love with Stella in the movie. Shane Blumell, Sammy Kirkpatrick, and Madison Daveport, three of them were cast as the voices of Spike, Bucky, and Quillo, Penny and Lou's kids in the film. Brian Stepnick was cast as the voice of Nugent, the Rottweiler dog in the film, who is always happy when he says, "Play? Play!" You know, this character when he hears his chew toy squeak after Vern accidentally steps on it when he has an argument with RJ, saying that he's returning the food to its rightful owners. Now let's talk about the actors playing the human characters in this film. Allison Janney was cast as the voice of Gladys Sharp, the lady in the film who is the president of the El Rancho Camelot Estates Homeowner Association, and plus she's also the antagonist in this film. Thomas Hayden Church was cast as the voice of Dwayne, the animal exterminator in the film, who is also the antagonist in this movie. So yep, Nick Note, Thomas Hayden Church, and Allison Janney, three of them were cast as the antagonists in this film, you know, going against RJ, Vern, and everybody, you know. Voice recording began in mid-2005 or 2004 with directors Tim Johnson and Carrie Kirkpatrick as the directors for the film. Kirkpatrick also co-wrote the screenplay for the movie as well. Composer for the film is Rupert Gregson Williams, who is the composer of every movies in Hollywood. But also, we all know his brother, Harry Gregson Williams, who worked with Dreamworks before on the other animated film franchise, which is Shrek. When the movie was released on May 19th, 2006, the movie received positive reviews from critics for its charm, humor, and animation for this film. So yep, Over the Hedge was a classic Dreamworks movie for all kids and everybody to watch, you know, about animals wanting to have chips, cake, pizza, or anything that we humans, get to eat. Also, there was also a short film that was included in the DVD of Over the Hedge called Hammy's Boomerang Adventure, which the short film features RJ along with Penny and Lou's kids messing around with Hammy, throwing a lot of boomerangs at him, and Hammy, he doesn't know who's throwing the boomerangs or messing with him, you know? So yep, Over the Hedge is a classic Dreamworks movie that I like watching, along with all of us as well, like to watch the movie as kids. A sequel to this movie was supposed to be made, but it's been a long time now since there was no announcement for a sequel nor anything about it, you know? To me, guys, I think it's better for Over the Hedge to be as a standalone movie right now, because three of the actors we all know, they're not in show business right now, you know? Jerry Shandling, who played Vern the turtle in this film, sadly passed away in 2016, and Catherine O'Hara, who played Penny in the film, sadly passed away as well this year. Bruce Willis, who played RJ the raccoon in this film, he's still around today, but he's retired from show business last year, back in 2022, due to a frontotemporal dementia sickness that he is suffering from, which is causing him to lose his memory and not knowing what he's doing, you know? So yep, it's better for Over the Hedge to not get a sequel, because to me, I'm showing my respect for Bruce Willis, Jerry Shandling, and Catherine O'Hara, because two of the actors passed away and one actor is retiring from show business due to a sickness that he's suffering from, which is causing him to lose his memory, you know? And that's all I can say for why Over the Hedge is a classic Dreamworks movie, guys. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below of what you all thought of this video, and Let me know in the comments down below of what you like about Over the Hedge, alright? Bruce Willis, if you're watching this video, you and your family, I just want to give my prayers out to you, and I'm hoping that you get well soon, because I know you're dealing with the sickness that is causing you to lose your memory, you know? But I'm hoping that you get well soon, and plus, you did a great job in Over the Hedge. My prayers goes out to Bruce Willis and his family. And also my prayers goes out to Jerry Shandlin and Catherine O'Hara, who are no longer with us, you know? Alright guys, so I'll see you on the next video, and yep, bye!